On va regarder pour voir comment ils jouent les mecs.
Right, do they kind of target Chino? Do they want to get rid of that? But overall, it seems like they're going for a broader scope on
Smoke string come off. That's been a deadly duo in CTF for sure. Can make those pulls a little bit easier, but for the rest of it, relatively standard for sure. We'll take a look now at the specialist draft, and we'll see the band protect again. Anything else? I'm just trying to see if anything snuck in. I don't think so, really.
Yeah, I mean, it really just seems like, all right, we'll kind of take out the X factors in this game, go back to square one, and DT, of course, not going to be too sad about that because, like you guys have been saying, they want to play that kind of standard, slower pace game where they can take their time, pick out their shots. And
the ARs maybe get hit a little bit from the side of C9 Eclipse. Nothing happens there, but I guess I'm not surprised they were, but it might have been a nice idea from the side of C9.
Yeah, and real difference you see here, Annihilator versus Tempest seems to be the one we're going to see targeting all weekend long. You know, which weapon's going to be in play.
Well, Matt, continue taking the floor. Let us know. We already talked a little bit about how CTF plays on Breach, but break it down in detail again. What are the key spots on the map?
So actually, I want to talk, obviously, you see both where flags are going to spawn. I want to talk about Chino's positioning. We talked about it a lot in the pregame. So we're going to bring Chino onto the map. When he's defending this flag on the right-hand side, he's going to be playing primarily over by this cages area. Right, he's going to be over there locking it down with an AR because you're going to see players coming from this direction, players coming through the middle of the map here and coming over to this wall run because the rest of his teammates, they're just going to start flooding the middle of the map, trying to get over towards Palace, and then maybe a sneak pull through there. Potentially they can go that lower wall run and get over towards Glass and make something happen through there. So Chino's going to be really important on that cages side of the map because if he loses control of this area here, I mean, the other team is just going to be able to pull the flag and run it straight down this wall run area, and that is not what you want to happen because then the guys on DT, just to clear for you guys, are going to end up spawning over here, and their real only option is to go straight through Palace and the round. I mean, you can try and go through middle of the map and cut them off, but most likely there's going to be a player up and top broken being able to pick those players off.
Yeah, great stuff breaking that one down. And, one thing I just want to talk about quick, maybe you can mark it on the top of the map. The number of times I saw this happen for EU, that top wall run, there's those two gaps basically on the map. You can see them kind of in the top middle. The number of times you saw clutch kills come in with the flag drops off and automatically resets. Some patience I saw from players there to make sure they got the kill to get the flag off is huge. I mean, there were some point-saving plays made just by timing those kills properly, make sure you get that automatic reset. I'm just curious if we'll see that at all today.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see that kind of contrast between uplink and CTF. Because at the core, you're like, all right, you have the objectives on both sides. You're going to want to push in, but you score, and then you go back to square one, reset.
Well, CTF's a game mode where, I mean, you talked about slaying players out. It's one where you can win and get out slayed. I mean, you just got to pick up like 3 or 4 kills and then pull a flag, and you're pretty much home free.
All right. Well, yeah, we got to get into game plan. I know there's a lot more to say, but game is coming. We want to find out. We want to find out if your prediction stays true about Killa. So it is going to be map number 4. It's going to be that CTF on Breach. Courage and Revan, take it away.
I have a feeling, Revan, that this series is just beginning. Yes, we're going into this game 4, but I mentioned prior to going to that quick break, you got to let the players get up, use the restroom, do a couple things. I feel this one's going to game 7. I don't know the vibe you're getting. What do you think about Cloud9 Eclipse on a map like Breach CTF?
I mean, DT, time and time again, we see them perform in this very game mode, so I think Cloud9, it's going to be a tough task ahead of them to try to win this one against DT, but if Cloud9 are able to win this map, I think that's match series and game over for DT.
So you think they close it out then right after in that game 5?
Yeah.
All right, well, we have started up game number 4, Breach CTF. You saw it was another concussion protect. They want to make sure they have one of those tactical grenades to their advantage in some of these engagements. First blood again going over to Silly. This guy has been solid throughout the series, but don't shoot him, don't shoot him, don't shoot him. Oh, you got upset. You threw your head back in frustration there.
I mean, look, if he doesn't shoot him, if he lets Silly just push up the lane and lets one of his teammates maybe rotate over, he gets an easy flag call. I mean, he's going to be able to touch it, but so does Dito. Dito's able to get right away with this flag, even turns around, takes down Sender.
That was big.
And right off the bat, we're in a stalemate situation.
Flags pulled on both sides. That first flag cap lets one team play a certain way compared to the other. That's a kill. This is going to be a capture. Dito will walk this one on in just 50 seconds. Talk about a perfect start for Cloud9 Eclipse.
And now immediately, if you're on DT, you need to kill Dito. He has great progression towards that lightning strike, only 225 points away. So because he captured that flag, you know right away that you need to stop him from earning the score streak.
Oh, most certainly. Now as pressure continues to push down this construction side of the map, there Diabolic does get the kill that you mentioned. Finally, Dito does fall.